Wedding bouquets, they don't have to be ordinary. They don't have to be a cluster of roses or orchids or anthuriums or lilies. You don't have to have a trailing bouquet that's full of flowers. You can be as creative as you can, depending on the bride. But then, with the Australian foliages that we've got, you can create something really unusual, starting with a Seastar fern. As you know, Seastar fern can be used for everything, from having a canopy for an arrangement, for basing arrangements as well, and hand-tied bouquets, as well as sheaths. This particular design, we're going to use this differently. First, we're going to cut the strands separately, and we're going to bind them together with a bullion wire. Crunching it together at the middle, use some gold bullion or any color you want, and just tie them across like so. Going back towards the middle, clustering it, and onto the other side. Leaving a tassel at the end will be good, but then having a more solid center will give you a spine for the design we're creating. This is what we've done earlier. Clustering a few of these together, we made a network on top. This now goes on top of a bridie or a bouquet holder, right there in the center. Anchored by 18 gauge wires to start with. You can create something like this. Next step is to add some more of really unique Australian foliages. The Goanna claw. Goanna claw is quite flimsy, therefore you can actually loop it and create this flowing effect for a cascading design. Inserting through, weaving across, into and around and onto the foam. We'll do it a couple more times. What we established now is we have, aside from that wormy effect that we had as a structure, we created some cascading effects that are lighter in weight. We now add some of the flowers, and this one we're going to have a variety. We're going to have some roses, some anthuriums, some dendrobiums, and even some Brazilian berries. Onto the foam, quite deep, making sure that it doesn't fall off when the bride's carrying the bouquet down the aisle. It also anchors our structure down onto the frame. We can now add some of the tufts of the koala fern by cutting them short, having single stems that will push it through the foam and gives you the contrast between the smooth surface of the rose and the frilly ends of the koala fern. It also hides the mechanics. The next step is to add some more flowers on the other side of the bouquet, and this time I'm utilizing some white anthuriums. The flat surface of the anthuriums gives you again a different dimension of the bouquet, giving you a flat surface. So there's a contrast with the form. It also gives you the heart shape that you want for a romantic wedding. Remember that the main feature of the design is our structure, therefore there's no point covering all of them. We try to utilize the trail, but then we can add some flowers to it or on top of it, but without hiding the structure. Remember, the anthurium gives you the platforming, but the cascading effects of the dendrobiums gives you that shiver effect that we wanted in a cascading bouquet. You want the bride to feel the emotions when she walks down the aisle, and you can see it through, reflected with the soft placement of the Goanna fern or the Goanna claw. Just to enhance the bouquet a little bit more, we're going to add some Brazilian berries. Just a few, not too much. And making sure that our mechanics are covered with koala fern. A few more tufts, and away we go. Flexi grass has been used a lot of times for arrangements by knotting them, folding them, bending them, like so. But we could also use them for wedding bouquets, just to give you some negative spaces, creating the negative spaces. First of all, anchor it down into the center of the design and weave that through from the structures we created earlier, like so, and over. Feed it through the worms that we've created, and across to the bottom. A few more tassels, originating from the back, anchored properly, over the top, and under the structure, cross over, again through our structure. And you can see how important the structure is now, because it does hold all your flexi grasses. That makes the bouquet a lot more rhythmic. And one more, and I think we'll make this arrangement look spectacular. Again, through the design and over, and through the structure. Another design tip for you using Australian native foliage.